And we welcome you into the high school game of the week on Suncom Media NEA Sports Network. Here tonight for the Hillcrest Screaming Eagles coming into Jonesboro to take on the Ridgefield Christian Warriors. Marcus Carlton, the good Dr. Garrett Weaver here with us tonight to help me bring the action to you. Garrett, looks like we may have a decent matchup tonight.
I think so. These are two teams that are very competitive in that 1A conference. Hillcrest off to a little bit slower start. They only played a couple conference games. They're 1-1. We'll talk a little bit about record. 5-8, I think, coming into this one overall. Not sure their early schedule, but Ridgefield has been a surprise maybe to a lot of teams, maybe not to themselves, but to a lot of people in the area. 10-7 and 5-1 in what is going to be a very difficult conference that. Earl moves down, Mark Tree's in this conference, but to get out of the gate at 5-1 so far, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's a good start. And, the unique thing about this 1A3 conference is that outside of Earl and Mark Tree, none of the rest of these teams play football. So they've been locked in on basketball for, probably a good almost 2 full months now. They start playing early to mid-October, and you can see it by the records because Ridgefield's already had 17 total games. Hillcrest has already played 13 total games. So, you get two teams coming into tonight that have a lot of reps early here in the season. Usually by December, you're still working out kinks and you're trying to knock rust off, and that's not the case with these two teams tonight. So it's going to be interesting to see just how locked in these teams are.
Well, and I think, like you said, to hit on that just a little bit more, you get to work all those jitters out. You get to kind of see your rotation, and you get to kind of see, who's your guy or who are your guys, so to speak. So it's interesting to see how those guys, adjust early on and get ready for the flow of conference play.
Yeah. Well, we've got a little more to cover in pregame, but before we do that, we're going to step aside for a quick break so you can hear from our wonderful sponsors. You're watching the High School Game of the Week on Suncom Media NEA Sports Network.
For over 20 years, Central Dealerships has partnered with Suncom Media and NEA Sports to bring you live coverage of sporting events in Northeast Arkansas.
From heated rivalry games to conference showdowns along with playoff championship action, Central Dealerships continues to showcase the best games that NEA has to offer. Remember, when shopping local, Central Dealerships have played a huge role highlighting local players. Just like Suncom Media and NEA Sports, Central Dealerships puts NEA student-athletes first.
So we're not singing La La. It's La La with L's. La La. There it is. Oh,
Locally owned and operated since 1885, Barton's is your hometown building supply store, serving communities in Arkansas and Missouri. Barton's is here to help families and DIYers, contractors, and builders build it better with quality in-stock products at a great price. Our experienced store representatives provide free project measurements, design services, estimates, and convenient delivery. Visit your hometown Barton's or shop online at bartons-lumber.com.
And we are back here on the campus of Ridgefield Christian here in Jonesboro, Arkansas, for the Hillcrest Screaming Eagles and the Ridgefield Warriors. Coming into this 1A3 conference matchup, we're going to talk a little bit about the Hillcrest Screaming Eagles roster. Now, Garrett, I got to say this real quick. Hillcrest is a consolidated school district. I'm old enough to remember when they were just known as the Strawberry Rangers, rather than the Hillcrest Screaming Eagles. So
I never knew them as Strawberry. I knew them as River Valley.
Yeah. So Strawberry, River Valley, and then Hillcrest.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm an old dude. So, but looking at this roster, you've got a lot of good senior leadership on this roster. Eli Brewer, and Caden Guerin and Slade Barker. You know, the value of having senior leadership in your starting lineup, you know, you can't really put a price tag on that when you have guys like a Eli Brewer and a Caden Guerin that, you know, have been here, have done that, and can bring along some of these younger guys maybe that don't have all the reps that these guys have. You know, we talked earlier about, you know, you're getting nerves out, you're getting jitters out, you're working out kinks. You get up to your senior year, most of the time, there's going to be a few nights where you have that, but to have that quality senior leadership to kind of lead the way and guide the young guys, you know, you can't really put a price tag on that, especially if you get into a tight game like what we may see tonight.
Well, that goes a long way. They battled in this conference, you know, so not only have they played in those games, they've seen these teams, they know what these other teams have, they know, you know, who their guys are and kind of what to expect. They played in these environments. That makes a big difference going in. You look at their schedule, if we're talking about Hillcrest for a minute, you look at their schedule. They started the year, they're 6-8. We'll make a correction to that. 6-8 and 2-1 in the conference. But they come in, they lost 4 in a row to start the year. So they're 6-4 since then. I know they're on a 2-game skid. They had a spot there where they were really good.
Yeah, that to start the way they did and to bounce back like that, it just shows a testament to how hard these guys are working and the fact that they're trying to get everything right before Christmas, because, you know, you kind of use Christmas as your guiding point to try to get everything right before you get into the heart of conference play. So that's the Hillcrest Screaming Eagles. We're going to step aside for another break. When we come back, we'll talk about the Ridgefield Christian Warriors, your home team tonight. You're watching the high school game of the week on Suncom Media, NEA Sports Network.
For over 20 years, Central Dealerships has partnered with Suncom Media and NEA Sports to bring you live coverage of sporting events in Northeast Arkansas.
Locally.
So we're not singing rah rah.
Thank you. Thank you for letting us be a part of your family and for trusting us with the ones you love the most. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of those lifelong memories. Thank you for taking us on the job and for putting us to work. Thank you for choosing us for your first vehicle and for every vehicle after. Thank you for trusting us for 70 years.
If it seems like our roof raider trucks are everywhere,
well, we kind of are.
at Roof Raiders, we're always helping our customers and our community. We're always on call, always on the move, always on top.
Whatever might happen next. If Gavin gets a sudden fever, if Dad hurts his knee, or Gabby isn't quite feeling like herself, St. Bernard's Urgent Care is here for them, and here for you too. From real-time online wait times and extended hours to expanded services, we will never stop advancing urgent care that really cares. St. Bernard's Urgent Care.
Ace Heating and Cooling is proud to be a part of the Ridgefield Christian Schools and the Jonesboro community. Since 1980, Ace Heating and Cooling has been offering sales, service, and installation for new and existing homes. You'll find quality work at a fair price. They also offer a variety of financing options. Call for a free estimate, 870-972-9216.
And we are back here at Ridgefield Christian High School, the high school game of the week on Suncom Media, NEA Sports Network. Garrett, before the break, we spent time talking about Hillcrest. Now let's talk about the home team, the Ridgefield Warriors. Won 5 of their last 7. They are 10-7 overall on the year, but they've dropped their last 2. 5-1 in conference play, like we said, a strong start. And for the Warriors, it all kinds of starts with Evan Ellenberg. He's kind of their go-to guy. They have they'll run about 7, maybe 8 guys deep, and most of these guys are pretty interchangeable. Once you get past Ellenberg, he's the leader of this team. But once you get past him, you've got the Ray twins, Jacob and Jackson Ray, Samuel Strait, Evan Cossey. You know, a lot of key contributors play a
a good array of other players. You like what I did there? A good array of other players.
Yeah.
But Ellenberg is kind of the key. They go as he goes, and he's fun to watch now. Just a really good athlete. But let's talk a little bit about their schedule real quick. 10-7. They come in. That's a pretty good start to the year. 5-1 of the conference. Their lone conference losses last night to Earl, or the other night to Earl. So that's saying something. Earl's pretty good.
Yeah.
Their last 2 games we talked, they dropped Manila and Earl. Manila is known year in, year out of being a really good team. So they've had some really quality games as they played. Riverside a couple of times, who is a favorite to win 2A. Manila, like I said just a second ago, Sloan Hendricks, Tuckerman, all those losses are strong quality losses. And a key win in conference over Crowley's Ridge Academy, and that is their lone loss.
So we're going to step aside for a quick break while they do the national anthem. You're watching the High School Game of the Week on Suncom Media, NEA Sports Network.
Holiday shipping begins now at your most trusted packing and shipping store, Pack Mail in Jonesboro. Let Pack Mail take the stress off your holiday shipping by safely packing and shipping your gifts anywhere in the world. Or if you want to pack it yourself, Pack Mail carries the supplies you need to get it done. Don't trust just anybody to pack and ship your packages. Trust Pack Mail, 361 Southwest Drive in Jonesboro.
Happy holidays from the Pack Mail crew.
Don't delay. Ship today with Pack Mail.
At Southern Bancorp, we are wealth builders for everyone. We see building wealth as helping people succeed in creating strong financial futures. For some, it's having tools to build credit and buy a first home. For others, working with our award-winning SBA team to launch or grow a small business. And still others might use our unique savings plan today to save for tomorrow's dreams. Wherever you are in your wealth building journey, Southern Bancorp can help. Stop by or visit banksouthern.com to get started. Southern Bancorp, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It's hard to get to the top. But how do you stay at the top? Hard work every day. Central Dealership has the same philosophy. I'm Austin Reeves, and I'm proud to be part of the Central team.
And we welcome you back into Ridgefield Christian for the High School Game of the Week on the Suncom Media NEA Sports Network. Hillcrest Screaming Eagles starting lineup. Got this in front of me.
I got it.
All right, my man.
For the Hillcrest Screaming Eagles coming in out at 6-8. Number 1, senior Eli Brewer. Number 4, junior Caden Guerin. Number 10, senior Chris Pagan. Number 13, senior Slade Barker. And sophomore number 25, Riley Turner. I think they got the national anthem a little bit late to work.
Yeah, it was in a different time zone apparently, so they finally got it working. So as we didn't get the official starters for Ridgefield, so we may try to follow along with our in-house PA announcer. We'll see where he starts here. You know, Evan Ellenberg is going to be in the starting lineup. So you're going to have Jacob Ray.
He is a junior guard.
You're going to have Samuel Strait, sophomore guard. They're standing just right where I can't see their numbers ahead of time here. So you're going to have Luke Martin, junior forward. Evan Ellenberg, as we mentioned earlier, he's listed as a forward. He's one of the 4 seniors on this team. And then closing out your starting lineup, the man in the middle for the Ridgefield Christian Warriors, Cody Lampkin. He is a sophomore. That's a big sophomore right there, Garrett.
He's a good-sized kid for sure. You know, they've got quite a bit of height. Lampkin's probably 6'4", and then Ellenberg listed at 6'5", so they've got some height. You look at the other two. You know, across the board, You got Samuel Strait. He looks to be about 6'3".
Yeah,
and then Luke Martin looks to be about 6'2", 6'3". So they definitely have some size on this team.
Your officials tonight: Jason Manchester, Bruce Gartman, and Albert Biles.
A.O. Biles.
A.O. Biles. Ready to toss us up, checking with his crew to make sure everybody's ready, checking with the clock keeper, and we are just about ready for some hoops.
I have seen Jason Manchester coach many a game. I have yet to see him officiate. So
yeah,
that's
this
the
was
first night.
It's a first for me as well. Ball's in the air, and we are officially underway. Hillcrest is going to control and down the court in a hurry. Shot up, no good. Rebound controlled by Ridgefield.
We could see a quick pace to this game.
Yeah, this one, I expect this one to get up and down the floor pretty quick. I don't think shot clock will be an issue tonight. 3 seconds in the lane is the call. How about that? When's the last time you saw that?
It's been a minute. It has been a minute for sure.
Wow. All right. So first turnover of the game goes to Ridgefield. Now Hillcrest is going to slow things down a little bit, get into their set offense. Looks like Ridgefield's in a matchup zone here, maybe a little man-to-man, depending on the pass. Shots up from the corner, up and in for Caden Guerin.
I think it looks like a matchup zone right now. I think you're going to see, as the night goes on, I think you're going to see that get spread out a little bit. I'm anxious to see how Hillcrest does as far as attacking inside against the size of Ridgefield.
Yeah. Here's a pass down low, up and in. That's too easy.
That's pretty.
That's Cody Lampkin on the lob pass.
Hey, we're less than a minute in, and Lampkin does not carry himself like a sophomore. I can
No,
tell
he
you
does
that.
not.
He doesn't look like a sophomore, and he doesn't play like a sophomore.
See, drive into the middle, kick out, three-pointer on the way, and Guerin off to a hot start. Couple back-to-back three-pointers, early 6-2 lead for Hillcrest.
You know what they say, you can't make them all if you don't make the first two. So
there you go.
2 for 2 to start this one.
A little hook shot in the middle, no good. Hillcrest clears and is on the run.
I will tell you this, in the pregame, we're going to turnover right there, but I saw Eli Brewer dunking a little bit in that pregame, so I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a breakaway to watch him jump up, throw one down.
Yeah. Little shaky start here for Ridgefield. You've got 2 turnovers in the first 3 possessions. It almost seems like they're trying to go a little too fast.
Well, you know, sometimes your opponent will force the pace of play, and you try to play that way too, and maybe you're better off with their size. They may be better off to make this a half-court game. Time will tell.
No trifecta that time for Caden Guerin. Ridgefield clears the board, and they'll come down for their next possession. There's about a 12-footer in the lane, no good. Hillcrest clears, lob pass ahead. Oh, great kick back out to the key. It looked like he was going to fall out of bounds. Shot's no good, and Ellenberg clears it for Ridgefield.
It's not a bad shot there from Barker, but I'd like to have seen that one get kicked out to Guerin. He's 2 for 2. He spots up right there in transition. He might have got another look, and it could have been 9-2.
Samuel Strait with about a 12-footer in the middle of the lane cuts this Hillcrest lead to 2 early on here. 5:23 left in the first quarter.
Seen a lot of cutting, good cuts, good ball movement so far from Hillcrest, trying to find an open guy in this zone. It's a good job of rebounding the basketball right there by Brewer, going up strong and finishing.
Well, yeah, one thing I noticed there is that Hillcrest got 3 attempts on that possession to finally get the bucket. They missed a layup, missed a putback, and finally got the third one to go.
Well, with Ridgefield's size, they're going to have to do a better job of rebounding. There's Ellenberg on the board.
Ellenberg takes a lob pass, puts it up and in. Back to a 2-point game. Approaching the halfway point of the first quarter here. It's been a fast-moving first quarter so far. Another 3 on the way, no good. Ridgefield clears it, and they're off to the races. Good recovery defense there by Hillcrest. Shot is up, no good. Battle for the board. We got a tie ball, and it's going to stay with Ridgefield.
Not a bad pull-up jumper right there. If that one goes, knocks the game up at 8. But
yeah.
You know, and early on, it's tough to see. You got to get in a rhythm. You got to get in the flow of the game, see the shot go through. I always like to start the game inside out if you can, just to, see a few go in.
Three-pointer's no good, but gets his own board and puts it back up and in. That is Luke Martin. Missed the first one. It bounced right back to him, and he made the second one count. Ridgefield had a substitution into the game. Jackson Billing replacing Jacob Ray. So here's Hillcrest on their next possession. Another three-pointer from the wing, no good. Ridgefield clears it. Decides they will slow things down a little bit. Cody Lampkin up, and I didn't have him bringing the ball up the floor on my bingo card.
Hey, versatile. Does a little bit of everything.
See a pretty tight man-to-man by Hillcrest here. Another lob pass down low. Good recovery.
Pretty.
That is.
That's pretty, Marcus.
That's a great high-low game right there.
Well, that's really tough to defend, especially, 6'3", 6'4", a couple of those guys. That's a nice soft pass there from Lampkin.
There's a drive all the way to the hole. Eli Brewer up and in.
Brewer's a tremendous athlete, I can already tell you that. So they're going to have to do a good job. That give and go has been really good for him. He's going to give that ball up and look for it back, and when he gets to the rim, he finishes well. Here he is again in transition. Lost the handle, but right there, that's what happens. You run the floor.
Yep,
you run the floor, good things take place.
Even if you don't have the ball, you're running the floor. You may get an opportunity like that to clean up the trash, as what my coach used to say.
Well,
be the garbage man.
That's right. Caden Guerin now 8 points early in this one. He leads all scorers.
There's Lampkin, good post move, doesn't fall. But his teammates right there for the putback.
A lot of times in the zone defense, that help side, that backside there, if no one blocks out, when that shot goes up, two people contesting, it's going to be wide open. Great job of Ridgefield getting that rebound.
I didn't see who got that one for Hillcrest there.
I think that was Slade Barker on that finish.
Luke Martin got the previous bucket for Ridgefield. How about that? Ellenberg lob it into him.
He catches it there. That's 2 points. So. What you don't want to do is foul him, give him a chance at three. Sometimes you just take your medicine and say, hey, good pass. Let's go play some defense.
Yeah, give him two and don't give up the foul. But foul went to Caden Guerin, his first. Actually, that's the first foul of the game. We made it almost about 5.5 minutes before a single foul.
Those are the fun games.
Yeah,
as a spectator, as a player, as an official, you don't want to have to blow the whistle every time you turn around. So, clean game like that, fast pace, that's what you want.
Hillcrest with the turnover. Ellenberg brings it up, showing a little bit of his versatility. Pass is knocked away by Hillcrest, and then there's a battle. Hillcrest sneaks out of there with it.
That was a really good job of Brewer not turning the ball up.
Yeah.
He had a chance there. He kind of lost it, regained it, made a nice little bounce pass between two defenders there for that finish.
A long three-pointer on the way. Evan Cossey with the three. Gives Ridgefield their first lead of the game.
This is going to be a fun one, Marcus. Minute and a half to go.
Yeah.
And we're going to see some points put up here tonight, I think, as long as these offenses keep clicking.
There's a ton of athleticism on the floor here tonight.
It was a good move by Guerin. I think if he pump fakes there rather than going ahead and trying that shot, I think if he pump fakes, the defender would have flown by and he could have gone up for two. But either way, he's going to draw the foul and get to the line for two.
It's the old Top Gun, going to hit the brakes and he'll fly right by.
That's right.
First free throw's up.
He can shoot it, I can tell you.
Good.
He's hit a couple threes already.
Yeah.
That's 9 early points. He's about to hit double digits. I feel confident this free throw. The announcer's jinx is real. But
it is.
I'm not. I feel confident. I'm not jinxing him here. And
you almost got it.
I didn't. Never a doubt. Never
Substitution into the game for Hillcrest. Ethan Brewer is going to replace. Was that Guerin that he took out?
I believe so.
Yeah.
He hit the free throws and came out.
Yep. Whistle and a foul here on the drive. There's a couple substitutions into the game for Ridgefield.
I could be wrong. Our viewers at home may correct us, but I feel like Ethan is probably a brother or cousin.
I mean, that would
Eli.
make sense, yeah.
I would assume.
Ethan and Eli, that makes sense.
Yeah, I would assume. If we're wrong, you can correct us on that. One's a senior, one's a sophomore.
Yep. So I'm looking at my roster for Ridgefield. I do not have a number 20.
Okay.
So we have a mystery man at the free throw line.
So anybody at home that may know who number 20 is here tonight,
throw it in the comments. They'll relay it to us, and we'll get that young man his notoriety for his free throw he hit. The driving kick, another three-pointer on the way.
That's Brewer to Brewer.
Eli Brewer with the three.
Brewer to Brewer. Gives Hillcrest a 3-point lead here. Just under 50 seconds left in this first quarter. And we all we need is our popcorn because it has been very entertaining so far.
High-scoring, fast-moving first quarter. There's another three-pointer from the corner, no good. Rebound to Ridgefield, and they're now off to the runs, 2-on-2. Good block there by Brewer.
I'm telling you, he's an athlete now. They're going to have to protect it around the rim with him.
Kick, drive, layup, no good. Ellenberg clears it for the Warriors. What do we got?
Going to get.
I think we got a player.
An official,
official timeout. Looks, I think somebody's got a nosebleed.
Yeah,
that's our mystery man. So substituting back into the game is Jacob Ray. Last 10 seconds of the first quarter here. Let's see what Ridgefield comes up with. Oh, good pass.
That was a good pass. That's a good job.
What I see from Ridgefield so far is that there is no standing still on their offense. If the four guys who don't have the ball, they're moving, they're cutting, they're setting picks.
Well, that's what you have to do. I mean, if you're stagnant, you're just letting the defense take a break.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're easily guardable.
Yeah.
So, like, you've got to stay moving at all times, away from the ball, on the ball, does not matter. That offense needs to flow, needs to click. You stay in the flow of the game that way.
First free throw was no good. Second one is up and in for Jackson Billing. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Nice steal there and save. Last second heave, no good. We've played one here at Ridgefield. Hillcrest leads 21-19. You're watching the Suncom Media NEA Sports Network High School Game of the Week.
It's hard to get to the top. But how do you stay at the top? Hard work every day. Central Dealership has the same philosophy. I'm Austin Reeves, and I'm proud to be part of the Central team.
Locally owned and operated since 1885, Barton's is your hometown building supply store, serving communities in Arkansas and Missouri. Barton's is here to help families and DIYers, contractors, and builders build it better with quality in-stock products at a great price. Our experienced store representatives provide free project measurements, design services, estimates, and convenient delivery. Visit your hometown Barton's or shop online at bartons-lumber.com.
Ball is stolen by Ridgefield. They're off and running. There's a pass off back out front. Three-pointer is blocked. How about that? Brewer again with the athleticism on display.
I'm telling you, he fills up stat sheets every night with rebounds, assists, points, and blocks. He's just a really tremendous athlete.
You're starting to see just a little bit of sloppiness from both teams here. You've had multiple turnovers and some block shots. It's almost a sign of them, everybody wants to go fast, but you can go too fast.
Well, absolutely. You get ahead of yourself a little bit, and then fatigue starts to set in. You start trying to do a little bit too much sometimes. And I think we may be seeing a little bit of that here. Yeah. So, in a game this tight, sometimes you need to slow it down and see who has a better half-court set.
Yeah. Well, and there's not just been a lot of stoppages tonight either, so the fatigue factor may be a little bigger than usual.
Ridgefield going to keep it in transition here. A little bit of a set. Didn't set anything up yet. Still trying to see if they can get something off those second, third options here. But now they're going to set something up. They're going to try to get the ball inside to Lampkin, and that's exactly what they do. And strong left hand, turns back to the right. Unable to connect on that one. Look who gets that rebound.
Yeah. That's our man Brewer. He's all over the place.
Might have got away with a little travel right there. No, he didn't. He got him on the second half of it.
Yeah.
Sure looked like he got a little antsy there with his feet.
Substitutions into the game for Hillcrest. You've got Chris Pagan coming in, replacing Riley Utrefa. Hope I said that right.
I think so. I think that's right.
And then Ellenberg back into the game for Ridgefield. 6:26 here in the first quarter.
Ellenberg's had a little bit quiet of a first quarter, maybe 4, maybe 6 points, somewhere in that range. But, only a 2-point game, and he has not really settled in just yet.
Yeah. Well, and if you notice, they're using Slade Barker to guard him. And Slade can probably tell you what kind of deodorant he's wearing because he's staying very, very close to him every trip down the floor. He picks him up full court and doesn't even pay attention to where the ball is.
I'll tell you, we're 10-plus minutes in now. I'm ultra impressed with Lampkin. He is he's good. He can play. Cody Lampkin he's going to bang around inside, and he's going to make you earn it every night.
Yeah. So we got a whistle and a foul on Hillcrest. I believe they're going to get Chris Pagan with that. Let me see. Confirm that with the scoreboard here. Yeah, his first personal foul. Back to Ellenberg in the post. It was a good idea there by Brewer trying to break up the pass, but he just got a little too tangled up. Gets whistled for the foul. And that was Guerin. It wasn't Brewer. It was Guerin on the foul.
One thing about Ellenberg is he doesn't seem to lose his cool. He just composed, relaxed. You'd like to see that.
So far he's got a pretty good poker face because you can't, sometimes you can look at players and tell if they're getting frustrated or if they're having a really good game. He's been a stone face so far. Good fake and the kick out. It was a good defensive recovery there by Hillcrest to stop the penetration before it actually got really good and started. You're seeing Hillcrest really kind of pack things up. They're playing a man-to-man, but they're not allowing any penetration right now.
No, they're sagging off the ball.
Yeah,
they're gonna make Ridgefield shoot it. They're gonna make Ridgefield beat them from outside, and rightfully so. I mean, between Lampkin and Ellenberg inside, I would too. I mean, if they hit threes, then we'll come out and start guarding them a little bit. But it's a nice job of billing there.
Yeah,
keeping the play alive, settling, getting his feet under him, knocking that one in. That gives Ridgefield the lead. Only the second lead of the night, I believe, for the Warriors.
That's right. There's another drive and kick. Hillcrest three-pointer out of the corner, no good. Battle for the board. Saved over to Ridgefield. Ellenberg pushes it ahead. Picked up his dribble, needs help.
We'll skip past to Billing, and that is, the roof would have come off this place if he'd made that, but look who's there. Mr. Lampkin. Mr. Lampkin. I'm going to do my Dickie V impersonation. Mr. Lampkin.
Got a whistle and a timeout. Hillcrest wants to talk it over, so we'll step aside for a quick break. You are watching the High School Game of the Week on Suncom Media, NEA Sports Network.
Thank you. Thank you for letting us be a part of your family and for trusting us with the ones you love the most. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of those lifelong memories. Thank you for taking us on the job and for putting us to work. Thank you for choosing us for your first vehicle and for every vehicle after. Thank you for trusting us for 70 years.
Back to Ridgefield Christian here. 25-21, the Warriors lead the Hillcrest Screaming Eagles. And Hillcrest talked it over a little bit in that timeout, and Coach was not real happy with what he was seeing and provided some words of motivation for his team, so we'll see if they pay off here on the offensive end. Running a weave set offense around the front at the top of the key. Ridgefield seems to have turned up the defensive intensity a little bit here as they're not allowing any penetration so far. Shot clock down to 3, down to 2. Shot going up, just barely beats the shot clock. I don't know that he got that off in time, but we didn't have a buzzer on the shot clock, so it'll go in and it'll count.
Well, you got to stay in front of Brewer. If you let Brewer get around you, he's really impressive. So you've got to contain him and keep him in front, make him shoot over you.
Ellenberg into the post to Lampkin.
I don't know how to guard that. Marcus, I don't think you can guard that. I mean, if he gets it that deep in there, uses his body to seal down like that, he is very skilled. That's Brewer again. This is just a back and forth deal here. But both those two, if he gets the ball deep in the paint like that, it's in.
Yeah, you got a choice. Do you let him score or you foul him?
Yeah, those really are your only options. And if you're Brewer, you need to stay in the game, so you can't waste fouls. Right. You just got to front him, I think, and prevent him from getting the ball.
Three-pointer's no good by Samuel Strait. Hillcrest clears the board. And here's Guerin for three on the wing. Yeah. Got it.
Listen, if he gets his feet set too, we're seeing a lot of talented players on the floor tonight. I'm just being flat out honest. I'm not sure how Hillcrest is 6-8. I mean, just watching them play tonight, I see how Ridgefield's 5-1 in the conference. They've won 10 games already, but I don't know. I don't know what happened early, I guess, for Hillcrest. Maybe they had some injuries. Just weren't gelling, but, boy, they sure look really good here tonight.
Do. Both teams look pretty sharp tonight. And then there's our man Lampkin again. Somebody lost their defensive assignment there because I think the closest person to him was Jason Manchester in his official's position. And now we got to travel on Hillcrest, and that'll give it back to Ridgefield with 2:25 left, and Ridgefield up 1 before the half. Billing bringing it across half court. Off to the wing, and here's the pick and roll again with Lampkin. Kicks it out for three in the corner.
Hey, Billing has had a nice first half so far. He's going to knock that one down. He had another three that rimmed out just a second ago, so he could very easily be close to double digits right now.
Well, and with the threat that Lampkin is, everybody collapsed to try to guard him, and it left Billing wide open in the corner.
That's exactly what I talked about earlier. If you start the game working your way inside out, especially when you've got the bigs as talented as Ridgefield does, you start the game inside out, it's going to open up those threes. Those are not going to be contested threes. You're going to get some open kickouts, wide open to get in rhythm. That's where teams really are successful, is if you've got the bigs inside and you pair that with those shooters. You're dangerous.
Yeah, because it's a pick-your-poison scenario at that point.
You just got to hope for the best if you're the defense.
Yeah. We had a foul on that last possession there. I believe they got Lampkin with the foul. It's the first foul of the quarter for Ridgefield. Hillcrest retains possession, resets the shot clock. There's Guerin driving to the hole. Nice hard-fought bucket there.
That's probably 12 now or so for him. I don't have the official stats, but I know he's in double figures.
Mad scramble. Now we come down 2-on-1 for Hillcrest. Layups no good. Looked like he was more concerned with drawing the contact than just putting the ball in the hole there.
I think you're right. I think he wanted the foul and possibly could have gotten it, but it's one of those things where if he goes up strong, controlled, I think he makes the bucket and then potentially also gets the foul in that case.
Yeah. Nice shot block there, but Ridgefield will retain possession. Here's Lampkin. Over to the wing. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Battle for the boards here. Hillcrest clears it.
One thing I really like about Ridgefield is they're not settling.